Okay, I've arrived over here at the Cistern Trail pull-offs on Mulholland, and I heard someone, a hiker, parked on the other side of the street, talk to me and said that he was not a ranger, but he was involved in the extraction, and I go extraction, and he said that they extracted remains of 5 people on the Cistern Trail. So if he's telling the truth, which seems likely, then there's some truth to the story that the mountain lions have been telling about their prowess on the Cistern Trail. Okay, here's the pullout on the other side of the trailhead for the Cistern Trail. And you can see down here the cistern. That's the cistern. And there's a trail that goes from the cistern to the Cistern Trail, a short trail. Okay, so over here we have the main trailhead. And you see these very tall power lines over here, and you see this very distinct promontory here. So that should inform you that this is where the trouble lies. And I have to say that I think these promontories on either side of the road might be a deciding factor, because from my TV viewing in my childhood, I gather that mountain lions like to crouch on promontories and jump down. But it seems unlikely here right by the road. Maybe there are other promontories up along the way. Okay. So what do you guys say? A lot of trouble? Daytime? Nighttime? Daytime. Okay. So I'm going to say there's trouble with mountain lions here on this trail in the daytime. As you may know, I feel that they're traveling in packs with one alpha leader, maybe a female, and then a number of younger ones, about 5 in a pack. And here you have, this sign indicates the trailhead for the Cistern Trail. I'm not seeing anything but hiker footprints right now, and red ants. And here's the beginning of the trailhead. I talked to someone in a car right here on the telepathic plane, said I was looking for mountain lion footprints, and that person seemed like a naturalist to me. They said farther down the trail, the Cistern Trail, I'm thinking. You see, it goes along kind of a ridge line here, kind of a rough trail over a ridge line after a brief ascent. And then it goes down into kind of a dip. And right there where it's dipping, which you can't see right now, there's roughness in the trail, so you have to sort of leap down some areas with big steps. And those might be construed by a mountain lion as a place where they can grab someone who's a little off balance. I suspect that might be the place where they would attempt to grab somebody. And as I looked at the map, I saw that, look at this interesting landmark here. As I looked at the map, I saw that dip in the trail was similar to the place, close to the place where the Cistern Trail branches off to the left. So now you know the straight skinny. Mountain lions, you want to say anything? I see, you have a burly voice for a ranger. He says it's not the mountain lion, it's a ranger. Do you have anything to say, ranger? They've gotten real canny since the transportation of some of them out of the area. Yes? What have you to say? He doesn't want to talk to me, and I don't blame him. I'm just a journalist. Why would you want to talk to me? Absolutely not. God bless you all, keep you safe, and be with you through all your days, especially if you're in this area. Okay. songbird says I should keep moving. In love, light, and joy, this is Alice B. Clagett. I'm of the stars, and so are you. What? Crouching here? Mountain lion's crouching here? Go away, mountain lion. I have a nasty gun. Watch out. Watch out. I have a gun. Watch out. I have a camera, too. Right here? They're catching people right here. What? On this side? On that side? Okay, got it. Thank you, songbirds. Is it still there? Is it still tracking me? Hey, I'm not worried. In love? What? What? Get in your car. Okay, and go. All right, I'm going. Damn. I hate it when the mountain lions make me go away. Hey, this is my park too, you know. Oh, songbirds were not that nice. They said I'm not that good at getting into my car. I have to get into my car right away and go away. And I said, you know, I hate it when the mountain lions try to boss me around, right? This park's for everybody, not just for the mountain lions, and it's for the songbirds too. Where was I? In love, light, and joy, this is Alice B. Clagett. In love, light, and joy, this is Alice B. Clagett. I'm of the stars, and so are you. The songbirds on the promontory cliffside were just talking to the mountain lion crouched over there in that crevice in the promontory on the valley side of Mulholland. And the songbirds, two-faced as they are, and small and intelligent, said to the mountain lion, you should have grabbed her right away. And the mountain lion said, I can't grab her unless she gets out of her car. And his voice sounded dolorous. This is no good. He was right there. He was right there? I can't believe it. Songbirds, are you pretending? You are you pretending? Are you pretending? We are pretending. You were scaring me. All right. I just got the straight skinny from some songbirds who are in a very difficult diplomatic bind. They said, we don't want you to make him angry. That's all for now, guys. Take care. Right, I was just advising the songbirds about solstice energy. They don't like angels, so I said it's going to be really beautiful sunlight like today. And while I was doing that, I heard a sort of a subconscious mutter as the male mountain lion from over this way was saying, right now I'm sneaking up. I think I can put my finger in the window. And there was a female mountain lion voice that was right behind him, muttering in a similar way, backing him up. She says, get your finger in the window, then what? And the male mountain lion says, then I can crack her window. And he says, then she will scream out, and I will grab her voice box and rip it off. You can see these guys mean business. The male mountain lion says she will open it up wide, and then I will bonsai do that. The female mountain lion says, embarrassedly, she says, she's repeating what you say. She's getting angry. She says, another day, and then we'll eat someone on the goddamn trail. I hope it's not you, dear readers, and I surely hope it's not me as well. I was ready to leave, and I said to the mountain lion male, you know I don't want you to eat me. I'm not a numbskull, you know. And there was a silence, and then I said, don't you have anything to eat? And the male mountain lion said, yes, we have a hiker down the way. And I could tell from the way that he said it that he meant a male hiker was what they had captured. And I said, do you mean you caught a male? And the male mountain lion said, unfortunately, yes. And I said, why did you say unfortunately? And the male mountain lion said, because they're full of gristle. Okay, we had just had a serious conversation about the trouble with eating male hikers, and the male mountain lion said he was hurting himself trying to get the meat off of them. He said they're hard to get the meat off of. Count your blessings, male hikers, but on the other hand, don't take it for granted that you will not be the target. I'm talking to the mountain lions. You guys, don't eat the hikers. Be nice to the hikers. Do not eat the hikers. This is Alice B. Clagett saying, do not eat the hikers. No eating the hikers. Can you hear me? Mountain lions. Do not eat, that's right, up on the Mount Promontory over there. Do not eat, very bad idea. That's it. I don't think they're paying much attention. Do not eat the hikers. Win some, you lose some.